A group of Arkansas state Republicans have introduced a bill to create a monument to fetuses. Not kidding. Introduced by State Representatives Kim Hammer, co-sponsored by Representatives Mary Bentley, Tyler Deese, and John Payton, the bill would create a monument to dead fetuses, aborted fetuses, before the Dobbs decision had been handed down. The Dobbs decision, of course, has stripped women, trans men, of reproductive rights. So now, the bill, the text of it says, as a memorial to the lives lost from 1973 to 2022 due to the decisions of the U.S. Supreme Court, and as a constant reminder of our duty to protect the life of every innocent human person, no matter how young or old, or how helpless and vulnerable that person may be, it is the intent of the General Assembly of the State of Arkansas to enact the Monument to Unborn Children Display Act and the Monument to Unborn Children Display Fund. So, look, this monument is both gross and weird. Republicans, Arkansas, do you not have anything better to do? Oh yeah, no. Let's make a monument to aborted fetuses. Yes, that's going to be a great virtue signal to our base. How about instead of doing that, though, maybe you want to try to work on lowering the amount of infant mortality in your state. Arkansas has the second highest infant mortality rate in the country. How about you work on that? How about you do something about that? If you want to save the babies, you can start there. 8 out of every 1,000 infants die during or immediately following birth in the state of Arkansas. Why are you not fixing that? Why are you not doing something about that? Oh, because that might actually involve helping people get proper health care, which might cost your donors or yourself a few extra bucks in taxes. Or, it might be socialism as well. You don't want to turn into
pink-haired communist.
No.
Can't let that happen.
Nope. Or I don't know, maybe you could think about passing paid family and medical leave. How about, having paid maternity care or paid maternity leave? All things that we do not currently have in this country on the federal level. Yeah, sure, some people do get paid leave from their jobs, but we're the only country in the developed world that does not have a national guarantee to medical leave, family leave, paid leave, or also, by the way, child care as well. There are no federal mandates. Nothing, no federal money that can actually do that. And as I said before, yes, there are people that do have access to these things, but guess what? Lower income people don't. And would you look at that? Higher infant mortality is directly correlated to having lower incomes. Oh, could you imagine that? Huh. And of course, by the way, the people impacted the most happen to be the African American community. They face the highest levels of infant mortality. Also, African American women tend to die more often during childbirth. And so you have these socioeconomic factors as well as systemic and structural racism that are contributing to these infant deaths. Why don't you care about that, Republicans? We have a lack of family support and healthcare. You are elected officials. You could probably do something about that. But instead of doing that, which, by the way, if you fix all of these other issues, guess what that would do? That would encourage people to have families. But instead of doing that, Arkansas Republicans are just wasting time and money building grotesque monuments. These are not serious people. If they actually cared about lowering the amount of abortion, they could start by making this country a little less hostile to families, to the idea of raising a family. They could also try to make contraception freely accessible. They could educate people, have comprehensive sex ed. They could also invest in higher wages, healthcare, guaranteed food and housing. But you can see their priorities. They don't actually care about babies. They don't actually care about families. Once again, this entire pro-life narrative, it's not about life, it's about control. Controlling women's bodies, their reproduction. This is why they would rather build a grotesque monument to dead fetuses than actually do something to save living human beings and to make sure that we all have better lives.